Heyo, welcome back to Cartoon Mania. Today we'll cover the series Recess from beginning to end in detail. So kick back, relax, and let's get into it. Recess takes us into the world of 6 fourth graders and their adventures in a typical school setting. But this isn't your ordinary school environment. It's like a mini version of the real world. 3rd Street High School has its own government, class system, and even unwritten rules that everyone must follow.
My boy Gustav has been assigned to your barracks. Class.
It's like a little society with its own set of expectations and norms. The students are ruled by a monarch who has enforcers to make sure everyone follows the rules. Conformity is a big deal here, and there's a long list of values and social norms that everyone is expected to adhere to. It's a quirky and fun portrayal of school life with a unique twist. Now let's talk about the characters of the show. First up, we have TJ Detweiler, who is the main protagonist of the show and is the mutually agreed leader of the Recess gang. TJ has been friends with the group ever since they were kids, with the exception of Gus, who moves in the first episode. TJ is a lively and friendly kid who knows how to have a good time. He's outgoing, kind-hearted, and always up for some fun, but what sets him apart is his sense of honor. TJ shows this when he recognizes the importance of treating others with respect, like when he felt guilty for taking advantage of Finster's injury and realized it was wrong. He also demonstrates his integrity when he stumbles upon an envelope full of money and decides to do the right thing by returning it to its rightful owner instead of keeping it for himself. TJ's actions highlight his moral compass and his genuine care for others, making him a well-rounded and an admirable character. TJ, despite being bigger than the rest, can still pull off some cool stunts, like escaping detention by climbing out of windows or sneaking off the school roof. TJ is a real softie at heart, always supporting the underdog and showing kindness even to his enemies.
Nobody's ever been so nice to me before.
That's why most of the school loves him, except for Gordy. You'll hardly ever catch him without his trusty red baseball hat. TJ also has a sister named Becky. TJ's relationship with Becky is a bit rocky, but deep down there is still love between them. We see it when she comes to his rescue and schools out. However, in Recess, taking the 5th grade, she goes back to being mean to him, probably just to keep up appearances. Sibling dynamics, am I right? TJ and Spinelli's relationship is definitely more than just friendship. Throughout the series, it's pretty obvious that TJ has a crush on Spinelli, and she feels the same way. In episodes like More Than Gretchen, TJ openly expresses his affection for Spinelli, saying, "My heart goes out to you." He sees her as his right-hand woman, someone he can always rely on and trust. And it's not just one-sided, as Spinelli has also shown her affection for TJ in moments like their experimental kiss in The Experiment. The signs are there, and it's clear that they share a special connection. TJ and Mikey are great friends, and TJ genuinely values Mikey's spiritual gifts, as he mentions in the breakup.
I appreciate your insane spiritual gifts, Mikey.
However, there are times when Mikey's behavior can be a bit embarrassing for TJ. In Tucked in Mikey, TJ admits that Mikey's poem inspired by Menlo didn't embarrass him like usual. And when Mikey made the rainbow hug of togetherness comment in the 5th and 6th graders club, TJ felt a little awkward. Nevertheless, TJ still respects Mikey despite these moments, and it's clear that their friendship is strong, as shown at the end of the episode Rumor Mill. When it comes to Gretchen, TJ doesn't talk about her much, probably because she's always using big words that make his brain hurt. She has apparently tutored him in grammar, but let's be honest, TJ's grammar is still a work in progress. He tried to support her in the math club with Hank in the episode A Genius Among Us, but it put the gang to sleep faster than a lullaby. And in Outcast Ashley, Gretchen didn't think TJ was cool enough because he didn't geek out over science and astronomy as she did. Despite their differences, they eventually made up and realized they were taking each other for granted. So in the end, TJ respects Gretchen's brainpower, and Gretchen admits that TJ is a good friend, even if he still struggles with grammar every now and then. And now to Vince and TJ, the dynamic duo of the playground. They've been through it all together, from acting out their favorite book in the Barnaby Boys to being fellow Boy Scouts in 2nd grade. These two go way back. And let's not forget that they even invented their own word, womps. But when it comes to officially declaring Vince as his best friend, TJ gets a little hesitant. Maybe he just wants to keep us on our toes with some suspenseful drama, or maybe he's just bad at expressing his feelings. Either way, in the breakup, TJ can't quite bring himself to say it, but we all know deep down that Vince is his partner in crime. TJ and Gus, the ultimate tag team. TJ takes on the role of the protective older brother, always ready to defend Gus from bullies and teachers, mostly because Gus is the new kid on the block.
I'm a new kid.
He's like a superhero swooping in to save the day. And let's not forget the wise words of advice he shares with Gus in Gus and Misdemeanors. Gus, on the other hand, is the ultimate sidekick, faithfully following TJ's lead. He's got TJ's back, no questions asked. In fact, TJ himself has admitted that Gus inspires him in the breakup. It's a friendship built on trust, support, and a whole lot of fun. Next up is Mikey Blumberg, the gentle soul with a poetic touch. He's got a heart of gold and the forgiveness of a saint. When it comes to poetry, Mikey's got a talent that's unmatched in 4th grade. He's a master of words, always ready to whip up a beautiful poem at a moment's notice. But did you know that Mikey is not just a poet, but also a talented singer? Yep, he got them deep baritone vocals that can make your heart melt.
Nobody knows the trouble I've seen.
It all started when Principal Prickly and Miss Finster discovered his amazing voice in the boys' bathroom. They hooked him up with a private music teacher, Miss Salamone, and from then on, Mikey's singing career took off. Now he can confidently serenade the crowd and even speak in his singing voice whenever he wants. Mikey and Gretchen, the enigmatic duo of the group. While their interactions may be few and far between, there's a special bond that can't be denied. In the episode My Fair Gretchen, when the gang learns that Gretchen will be leaving for another school, Mikey's heart breaks into a million pieces. He dramatically falls to the ground, shouting his anguish for all to hear. But fear not, because Mikey is not the one to give up easily. In a stroke of genius, he comes up with a plan to prevent Gretchen from leaving. It's clear that Mikey deeply cares for Gretchen and is willing to go to great lengths to keep their friendship intact. So even though they may not have many interactions, their friendship is strong and filled with unspoken understanding. In the episode Copycat Kid, Mikey finds himself admiring Vince's coolness and athleticism. He yearns to be like Vince, shooting hoops and being the epitome of sportiness. But things take a turn when Vince starts copying Mikey instead. It's a case of role reversal that leads Mikey on a journey of self-discovery. As the episode unfolds, Mikey learns the importance of embracing his own unique qualities and talents. He realizes that he doesn't need to be a copycat to be valued and respected. Their friendship remains strong, with Mikey and Vince appreciating each other for who they truly are. Now, Mikey and Spinelli, the playground odd couple, couldn't be more different. Mikey's all about peace and tranquility, while Spinelli's got that tough-as-nails attitude. It's a clash of personalities sometimes, but even polar opposites can find common ground. In dance lessons, Spinelli shows her softer side for Mikey's sake, and they always have each other's backs when it comes to defending their friends. Plus, they share a love for animals as seen in Operation Stewart. Despite their differences, Mikey and Spinelli prove that friendship knows no boundaries on the playground. Mikey and Gus, the inseparable best buds of the group, share a bond like no other. These two are like peas in a pod, always on the same wavelengths. Whether it's saving the day and school's out, or taking on new adventures and taking the 5th grade, Mikey and Gus make quite the team. Sure, they might have had their moments of disagreement, like in the breakup or germ warfare, but they quickly forgive each other because their bond is just so strong. It's no surprise that they share a certain innocence and naivety, with Gus being the new kid and Mikey's childlike personality shining through. Mikey and Gus are an unstoppable pair, always there for each other and ready to take on the world. Gretchen is the brainiac of the group, always providing TJ with her tech skills and calculations for their plans. She's undeniably the smartest kid around, even outshining the teachers in the episode A Genius Among Us. But it's not just her intelligence that sets her apart. Gretchen also takes on the role of a big sister to the gang, particularly TJ and Gus. While she may butt heads with Vince at times, there's a special bond between them that hints at something more than friendship. Gretchen brings both brains and heart to the group, making her an invaluable member of the team. Despite her intelligence, Gretchen has her moments of gullibility when it comes to the wild tales shared on the playground, falling for stories like the Stinky Peterson fortune teller in Gus' Fortune. She's not the most athletically inclined either, often showcasing her lack of physical prowess in various episodes. However, Gretchen does have her own hidden talent, yo-yo skills. In Gretchen and the Secret of Yo, she proves herself to be quite the yo-yo master. Surprisingly, Gretchen manages to form a friendship with one of the Ashleys, Ashley A in Outcast Ashley. When Ashley A is temporarily excluded from the clique, Gretchen becomes her companion until Ashley A is ultimately welcomed back. Gretchen and Vince now share a unique friendship mixed with a healthy dose of rivalry. This dynamic is prominently displayed in the episode The Candidates, when they find themselves pitted against each other for the position of class president. Throughout the competition, their competitive spirits shine as they clash and challenge one another. However, in a surprising twist, Vince comes to the realization that Gretchen is the more deserving candidate, showcasing his respect for her abilities. While they may have the fair share of arguments and disagreements, ultimately their friendship prevails and they continue to support and appreciate each other's strengths. Gretchen and Spinelli stick together like glue and have each other's backs. In More Like Gretchen, Gretchen was Spinelli's first choice to go with her to the museum. Gretchen also invited Spinelli to go with her to the Young Adventurers Fair, and when Gretchen ran for class president in the candidates, Spinelli had her back as the trusty assistant. But the best part? When TJ played a prank on both of them with fake Valentine's cards in My Funny Valentines. They joined forces for some epic revenge. These two are a force to be reckoned with, combining brains and badassery. Friendship at its finest. Gus and Gretchen don't hang out as much as other kids, but there's still a special bond between them. In School's Out, Gretchen stepped up as a big sister figure to Gus, and in Lawson and his crew, it was clear that Gus had a habit of seeking shelter behind Gretchen when things got scary. She's like his personal bodyguard. Plus, when Gus was feeling down in The Legend of Big Kid because they thought TJ was in major trouble with the kindergartners, Gretchen was there for him to lend a comforting shoulder. Vince LaSalle, the superstar athlete with a big heart. Sure, his athletic skills are off the charts, but sometimes that can lead to a hint of ego. But deep down, he knows that his friends are the real MVPs in his run. You can always count on Vince to bring the competitive spirit, especially when it comes to going head-to-head with Lawson and his crew. As part of the Recess Gang, Vince and Spinelli hold the prestigious position of being TJ's right-hand duo. And let's not forget about Vince's family. He's got some unnamed parents who are probably cheering him from the sidelines and an older brother, Chad, who is a total geek. Despite their differences, Vince actually looks up to Chad. Hey, even athlete superstars need their geeky role models, right? And here's a fun fact. In the episode Gretchen and the Secret of Yo, it's revealed that Vince's dad does the taxes of none other than Tommy Tate. That's right, he's a certified public accountant. Who knew numbers and athletics could go hand in hand? Vince is a popular guy who has been class president every year except the 4th grade, where he let Gretchen take the spot. Ashley Spinelli is the tomboyish substitute ringleader of the Recess Gang. The girl's got wrestling moves that'll leave you speechless and the rebellious spirit that can't be tamed. She's not one to back down from a challenge, and if something's bothering her, watch out for those fists. But don't let her tough exterior fool you. Spinelli's got a soft spot for the latest trends. She may be all about wrestling and roughing it up, but deep down, she's keeping an eye on what's hot and what's not. In School World, she's already eyeing the SAL 3000 for being the new cool thing, and when it comes to music, she's all about the newies, like in Weekend at Muriel's. She's always ready to stay ahead of the game. Spinelli and Gus may not be the most frequent collaborators, but they do have moments that show their care for each other. Sure, Spinelli likes to give Gus a hard time for being a bit timid, like in A Genius Among Us when she playfully chased him after teasing him. But beneath Spinelli's tough exterior, there's a certain bond between them. In Recess, School's Out, Spinelli couldn't help but be impressed by Gus's surprising leadership skills. And when Gus complimented her on a wrestling move, it showed that they have mutual respect for each other's abilities. Gus Griswold, one of the core members of the Recess Gang, started off as the new kid, but it was later revealed in All Growed Down that he actually knew the gang in kindergarten. As an army brat, Gus comes from a military family and often refers to his dad as Sir, adding a touch of formality to his character. Gus can be a bit paranoid at times, and when given a taste of power, it tends to go straight to his head. In the episode King Gus, he took on the role of playground king, bossing around the other kids and even imposing a cookie tax on them. In Germ Warfare, Gus developed a strong dislike for germs, believing that they were all evil. This put him at odds with Mikey, who saw germs as friendly companions. Their differing perspectives led to conflict and a clash of opinions. However, despite his quirks, Gus is an integral part of the gang, adding his own unique flair to their adventures. So these were the main 6 characters of the Recess Gang, and now let's talk about some notable side characters. Muriel Finster, the stern and no-nonsense administrative assistant, is a constant thorn in the side of the children on the playground. As the series' main antagonist, she often clashes with the Recess Gang, and interestingly enough, she's also the best friend of Principal Peter Prickly, forming a formidable duo. In the episode Weekend and Muriel's, we catch a glimpse of Muriel's personal life as she refers to her apartment as her pad. This provides a rare glimpse into her off-duty persona. In Taking the 5th Grade, Muriel takes on a different role as she becomes the gang's 5th grade teacher. This presents a unique dynamic as the children find themselves under her authority in a new setting. However, she also has a soft spot for the kids, which can be seen throughout the show. Despite Muriel Finster's stern and strict demeanor towards TJ, there are instances that suggest she may have a soft spot for him. In the episode Nobody Doesn't Like TJ, it is revealed that she actually likes him despite her often treating him like a troublemaker. In the movie Recess School's Out, there's a moment where Muriel initially suspects TJ of misbehavior. However, when TJ finds himself in a dangerous situation and is about to be attacked by Bald Guy, Muriel comes to his rescue, emphasizing that she was simply doing her job to ensure his safety. In the episode That's Thinking Feeling, Miss Finster shows a compassionate side when she notices Spinelli feeling down after being teased about her crush on Johnny V. Instead of reprimanding or mocking her, Miss Finster offers some words of comfort and wisdom. Randall is portrayed as Miss Finster's eager and sycophantic assistant in the show. He's often seen doing her bidding and carrying out her orders. In the episode Randall's Friends, Miss Finster expresses her disappointment in Randall when he attempts to help TJ escape from detention. However, due to his previously unblemished record, she has been shown to punish him as well, as shown in Tattletale Heart. In the episode Recess is Cancelled, it is revealed that Miss Finster and Miss Lemon do not have a harmonious relationship. When circumstances force them to be in each other's company, they engage in bickering and exchange confrontational remarks. Miss Finster even suggests that it might be go time, indicating a potential conflict between them. However, the situation doesn't escalate into a direct confrontation between the two. In the movie Recess School's Out, their relationship appears to be more amicable as they are seen working together to confront the villain Dr. Philium Benedict. The shared mission of facing a common adversary seems to have improved their rapport, at least temporarily, as they set aside their differences and focus on the task at hand. Peter Prickly is the principal of 3rd Street School and the secondary anti-hero of the series. He has a complicated relationship with the Recess Gang, more notably with TJ thanks to the boys' almost constant pranks. Irvin Lawson is indeed the quintessential school bully in the 5th grade and serves as the main antagonist to the gang, particularly TJ and Vince. But despite his antagonistic nature, there are instances that suggest he holds a certain level of liking towards TJ. This is explicitly mentioned in the episode Nobody Doesn't Like TJ, where it is stated that Irvin Lawson actually has a positive opinion of TJ. In the epic episode Lawson and His Crew, Lawson decides to form his own gang to challenge TJ and the Recess Gang's reign of playground glory. He recruits a bunch of misfits: Randall the Snitch, Swinger Kid, Skeens, Curse the Worst, and Menlo. It's like a mirror version of TJ's crew, with each member playing a counterpart role. Randall is the Gus, Swinger Kid is the Spinelli, Skeens is the Vince, Cursed is the Mikey, Menlo is the Gretchen, and Lawson himself is the ringleader, the one and only TJ. Surprisingly, Lawson's crew actually works pretty well together, outshining TJ's gang by solving all the playground problems first. They even reunite the Diggers, save the Library Kid, and protest against the chocolate milk ban in the cafeteria. Now that's some impressive organization, but here's the twist: Lawson and his crew forgot one essential thing, and that is making friends with each other. Without that crucial bond, their crew falls apart faster than a sandcastle at high tide. Lawson goes back to his old buddies, happily resuming his rivalry with TJ and the gang. In the same episode, Irvin Lawson's character experiences some unexpected developments. While his initial actions may have been motivated by a desire to counter the Recess Gang, he ends up displaying moments of camaraderie and gratitude. When his crew disbanded, Vince suggests that Irvin reconnect with his old friends, to which Irvin responds positively and gives Vince a high five. Later, he even goes as far as buying food for his friends at Kelso's, indicating a gesture of friendship and generosity. In the episode Fort Tender, their rivalry takes on a more lighthearted tone, suggesting a friendly competition rather than that genuine animosity that was before. In Prince Randall, Irvin demonstrates a willingness to laugh at himself when he joins in on the laughter after TJ's plan involves him wearing pigtails. Although it's unclear whether he genuinely finds it funny or simply seeks attention, it implies a level of self-awareness and a capacity to let his guard down. Similarly, in this Brain for Hire, Irvin, along with other kids, contributes to buying Gretchen a bike and shows support by cheering for her when she earns it. This act of camaraderie indicates that despite their differences, there can be moments of solidarity and kindness between Irvin and the Recess Gang. Teresa LeMace, aka Corn Chip Girl, may have a unique job of throwing corn chips for King Bob's grand entrances, but there's definitely more to her than meets the eye. This sweet and sometimes emotional 8-year-old girl is actually a close friend of the Recess Gang, especially Gus. In one episode, the Army-Navy game, Corn Chip Girl finds herself in a pickle when she has to keep her friendship with Gus under wraps. You see, her dad and Gus's dad have a bit of a military rivalry going on, but fear not, by the end of the episode they manage to work things out and keep their friendship intact. The episode also hints that she might have a crush on Gus. As the series progresses, Cornchip Girl becomes more than just a minor character. In fact, her frequent appearances and interactions with the Recess Gang have earned her the title of the gang's unofficial 7th member among fans. And now let's talk about the one and only Robert King Bob, the undisputed ruler of the playground. With his commanding presence and no-nonsense attitude, he takes charge and ensures that order is maintained in his kingdom. Alongside his loyal advisors Jordan and Jerome, King Bob keeps a close eye on happenings of the playground. Despite his authority, King Bob is surprisingly honest and just in his rule, earning him the respect of his subjects. While he may be the king, King Bob isn't one to shy away from making friends. He has a unique bond with TJ Detweiler, extending an invitation for him to attend a special roast in Prince Randall. It's clear that beneath his royal exterior, King Bob values friendship and camaraderie, even with those outside his inner circle. In Pharaoh Bob, King Bob gets a bit introspective. He suddenly realizes that the kids have already forgotten their past kings, and it hits him hard. Now he's on a mission to leave a lasting legacy, even going as far as writing his own memoirs. In the movie Recess School's Out, it is made known that King Bob has graduated from 6th grade and appointed Freddy as his successor. But when trouble arises with Dr. Benedict, King Bob returns to save the day. And let's not forget his iconic throne, which is occasionally carried around the playground by his loyal guards. Who knew a brown armchair could be so majestic? King Bob truly knows how to make an entrance. In Recess taking the 5th grade, King Bob makes a grand return to 3rd Street School as he pays a visit to the 5th and 6th graders club, only to find out that it has turned into a place of intolerance towards the younger kids. King Bob, being the fair and just ruler that he is, scolds Freddy for allowing such behavior to take place. In the final episode, Lost Leader, the gang faces a challenge when TJ loses confidence in his leadership abilities. Without TJ's guidance, the gang struggles to come up with effective plans on their own. Realizing the importance of TJ to their group, they decide to teach him a lesson by leaving him out of a fake plan. As the gang fumbles through their poorly coordinated efforts, TJ begins to realize how much he values being part of the team. Determined to prove himself, he takes charge once again and successfully executes a plan to retrieve their beloved baseball bat. In the end, the gang learns that true leadership isn't just about one person, but rather the strength and support of the entire group. They come together recognizing their individual strength and the importance of working as a team. It's a heartwarming conclusion that shows the bond and resilience of the Recess Gang. And on this note, our recap and analysis of Recess comes to an end. If you enjoyed our video, drop us a like and comment down below your favorite moment from the show. Also, subscribe to our channel and hit that bell icon to see more awesome tunes recapped on your feed. With that said, thanks for watching and we'll see you in the next one. Peace!